Hey everybody, welcome back to a 40K journey. My name is Nate, and today we are going to be continuing our Horus Heresy era Mark VI Dark Angel Sergeant, and we're going to be painting the glow effect on his plasma pistol. And this just involves a little bit of contrast paints, a little bit of dry brushing, very simple, pretty quick, and it looks fantastic. Before we start, you want to make sure that whatever you want to paint is complete first before you start the glow effect, because it can kind of bleed out onto the surrounding weapon, and if it's not finished, it's not going to look very good. So make sure that like the gun casing, the metallic parts, they're all done before you start. And with dry brushing, we just want to load up a brush with just a little bit of paint and wipe off almost all of it before proceeding. First, we're going to start with just simple, easy layer of Caliban Green. And I'm applying this with an Abteilung 502 Marta Kolinsky 00 size brush. It's one of my absolute favorites. I love this brush. And just want to make sure you coat the entire area you want to glow with the Caliban Green. Make sure you get in between the plasma coils. And definitely make sure it's dry before moving on to the dry brushing. Otherwise, it's going to smear and look terrible, and undoing that damage is a chore. So trust me, let it dry. Then what you want to do is take your dry brush. I wouldn't recommend using your regular brushes for dry brushing. It's pretty hard, but little trick of the trade, makeup brushes are fantastic for dry brushing. I use just a little Wet n Wild makeup brush I got at the grocery store for like $2. Load that up with our kind of lighter green. In this case, I'm using Sybarite Green, and just gently dust it over most of the plasma coils. And once you've done that, again, make sure it's dry, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Just instead of Sybarite Green, we're going to move on to a lighter green. I'm going to be using Gauss Blaster Green. And same procedure, we just want to do a little bit less. We want to cover most of what we just did. We're going to be going maybe about halfway up where we dry brushed with the Sybarite Green. All right. And that's really all there is to it so far. Pretty simple. Then we want to go in with our contrast paints. I'm using Aethermatic Blue, back to the Marta Kolinsky 00. And just give it a nice light coat all around. That'll help even out the colors a little bit. All right, looking good. Now, going back to our dry brush and Gauss Blaster Green again. And this time we're doing really just the top part of the plasma coils. That's all we really need. And you can stop at this point. If you think this looks good, by all means, leave it. I'm just going to do just a little teeny tiny little bit extra on the very tippy top with a little bit of white scar. And my dry brush is a little too clumsy for this, so I'm just going to very carefully use my Citadel medium layer brush. So same procedure. I really don't recommend using dry brushes or regular brushes for dry brushing, but in a pinch, it works. So just don't do it too often. But that's it. Simple, easy, and it looks terrific. So I heartily encourage you, experiment on your own and see what colors you like. So thank you so much for joining me for this quick episode of a 40K journey. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, and consider supporting the channel on Patreon.